How we doing, SEC Week 5? Here we go. Grim 1020. Let's look ahead. So here's what we're going to do. This is kind of like a little preview video for the week ahead and look at the week behind because, just felt like doing these. Felt like starting them. So let's start off with the awards. Offensive Player of the Week was Cam Newton. He had 334 yards of offense for Auburn against my Gamecocks. 5 touchdowns. He had a great game. He just confused our defense all day. Defensive Player of the Week was Robert Lester out of Bama. He's their safety, I think. 7 tackles, 2 interceptions. He leads the SEC with 4 interceptions, if I'm not mistaken. Special teams was LSU's cornerback Patrick Peterson, who blocked a field goal partially. He was one of the guys that blocked a field goal and had a 60-yard punt return, if I'm not mistaken, for a touchdown. Versus West Virginia. That's the difference right there. That's the difference. I want to say that I want to make an honorable mention. Like, those were the actual awards. I would like to say that Jeffrey from South Carolina, 8 receptions, 192 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And he had his hands on that last one. He catches that. He is the savior of the game. We go into overtime. No one knows what happens, but you know what? That's not how it went down. So I just want to throw his name out there because he deserves it. He deserves it. So let's go through the scores. Tennessee versus ABU. Tennessee won 32-29 in double overtime, but Tennessee, you're not looking too good this year. The Vols are not looking good this year. It's been a tough while for them. What with their coach problems, but it's all good. Tennessee is 2-2, 0-1 in the SEC. Then we go into number 1 Alabama, which is against number 10 Arkansas. This turned out to be one of the games of the week. Could have been the game of the week if you want to say so. Alabama ends up coming from behind to win 24-20. Alabama remains undefeated. Arkansas goes down to 3-1, but they're in a very good position to still win the West. Alabama's got a lot of tough games coming up, and they got a real tough stretch. We'll get into that later, though. Kentucky got absolutely shellacked by Florida, by number 9 Florida, 14-48. I mean, people kept coming up to me and going, all my friends were like, hey, Kentucky's going to be something this year. They're going to be something this year. Nah. You face a good team, you get crumbled. Burton scored 6 touchdowns on you guys. That was what you were, who we thought you were. You just weren't playing good teams. Georgia is not who we thought they were. Loses to Mississippi State, 12-24, allowed 17 points in the fourth quarter. They are 0-3 in SEC play. That's not good. That's not something you would say is a good thing. But Bulldogs. What's going on down there? Next up, we saw Mississippi beat Fresno State 55-38. I'm not going to talk about that. South Carolina versus Auburn. I already made the video. I already talked about what happened there. But Auburn won 35-27. Cam Newton. That's what beat us. Just great game by him. Outstanding game. I will give him all the props in the world because he deserves it. He basically put himself into Heisman talk with this game. It was a very great game. Statistically, he is having a great year. So look out for him in Heisman talk coming up soon. Then we had number 22 West Virginia losing to number 15 LSU, 20-14. Special teams was the difference there. That's all. That's just what happened. LSU looking decent down there. They're looking pretty good. I will say that they're not what they're ranked in my opinion because North Carolina almost beat you guys, missing like 3/4 of their starters. It was ugly, and they're one pass away from beating you guys. Ugh. But let's get into the polls. Let's get into what the polls say this week. Alabama's still number 1, 57 first place votes. Florida moves up to number 7. Auburn moves up to number 10. LSU moves up to 12. And Arkansas moves up to 15. Only team dropping this week is with South Carolina, went down to 20. We have a bye week, so we might drop even farther next week's polls. But and the games ahead. A lot of meh games this week. Auburn versus Louisiana Monroe. Auburn wins. Alcorn State versus Mississippi State. I'll go Mississippi State. Vandy versus Connecticut. Who cares? Give me Vandy because they're SEC. Why not? Tennessee versus LSU. Tennessee, no. You're not coming away with the win. LSU is going to win a pretty easy game there. Kentucky versus Mississippi. Again, who cares? I'll go Mississippi because Kentucky got shellacked. Georgia versus Colorado. Georgia's going to pick up another win. Try to build from there. And then in the game of the week, number 7 Florida versus number 1 Alabama. Let's look at this game a little bit. The spread is -9 for Bama, so I would probably go against the spread this time. I would probably bet Florida. I think Alabama will win, but I think it will be by less than 9 points. So I would definitely go with Florida betting, but I think Alabama's going to win. Florida's averaging 37.8 points per game, so 38 points per game. They're allowing just over 14 points per game. Bama, on the other hand, is averaging about 39.5 points per game, so 40 points per game, and allowing just under 10 points. So statistically, it's all Bama, but it'll be a good game. It'll be a great game. That's why it's my game of the week. That's why it should be everybody's game of the week. I don't know why it wouldn't be. A lot of bad games this week. So I'm going to go ahead and give the nod to Bama. And I think the spread's something like 42. You check that up on me. I'm not sure, but the over/under is 42. I would probably go over, definitely. Well, actually, 42. Yeah, let's go over. It's college football. I definitely think that it will be over 42 points. Grim1020, subscribe, comment, like, do what you got to do, people. Because this is SEC football, baby. By the way, I'd like to give a shout out. Panthers versus Saints. Big game this week. Let's see what happens. Hopefully the Panthers can come back. But like I said, Grim1020, peace.